Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. You might hear it, my voice is really sore today, but I wanted to make a video anyway. So this is going to be a silent playthrough again. Last year I played through the game Shadowgate, and I'm on the easiest difficulty setting, and today I'm going to play through it on the next higher difficulty setting. You will notice a lot of changes there. The biggest change is that the time now is limited. The counter in this game, actually, the torches burn out over time, and there are just a limited number of torches. That's the biggest change. In the easiest difficulty setting, they burn unlimited amount of time. Yeah, but I really need to stop talking now for my voice. Please enjoy the game.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthager, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivellin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithath, beyond the citadel of Murlak Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. All is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Blackmere of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
Blackmere was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
You have done well, simple soldier. Now, listen if you have ears, since the shadows grow long and time fleet. Some 40 years past, an evil, the likes the world has not beheld, escaped its prison. Talimar, the Black, he of whom I have already spoken. This warlock lord brought forth his dark magics and conjurations, and unleashed his foul vassals, desecrating these sacred halls. Talimar has laid waste to the combined power of man. And what of the Circle of 12, the great wizards? They are no more. I am the last. Pity me not, boy. We were resolute in our judgment, but erred greatly. 'Twould have been better to put our brother to death, but mercy and folly prevailed. I know not Talimar's full plans, but have discovered enough to fill my heart with fear. And yet, hope remains, and it stands or falters with you. Fare thee well. Listen carefully to my words, boy. There were many who followed the path of the One. Worthy were they, and I counted them as brothers and sisters. Now only I remain, he who is called Timeless. I have fought the good fight, sending many of Talimar's horde back to the depths that spawned them. And though my power is beyond that of mortal man, it is not without limit. But why do I appear before you thus? Am I a ghost? No. Surely I am more than that. This is naught but a projection. As my living being has sought shelter within my tower, it is here I continue my studies to aid you in what ways I can. I grow weary, but know this. I have glimpsed a vast power at the foundation of this castle. This power the Warlock Lord covets above all else. But he fears as well, a hero from the line of the ancients. Or so says Gabriel the Bard. Gird yourself against what is to come, simple soldier, and forsake me not. Follow the ways of the circle, stray not from its path. In arrogance and pride, we thought we could prevent Talimar from turning to darkness. We have surely paid for these sins. But this matters not, simple soldier. What is done is done. Time is fleet, so bend an ear to my voice. Hope lies within your breast. I say it again. Talimar the Black fears it, even as he searches for a way to rip it from you, even as he binds the dwarves to his madness, driving them deeper into the catacombs. And he will not stop until he rips every stone from the castle's foundation. For Talimar believes that a great beast slumbers far below. Mayhap this is true, for I have uncovered much, yet know so little. Of this, however, I am certain. The Warlock Lord knows not of your heritage. This is our great advantage, our great hope. Seek the terrible skull door of Tor Drakan. What lies beyond its threshold is unknown, even to me. A great behemoth, an ancient evil, a source of power. Be wary, boy. Heed my words. Do what I cannot. Go where I cannot. Learn the secrets of what Talimar seeks. Trust in what you find.
wonder what would bring me to this wretched keep. Surely nothing less than the summoning of a great lord. Nearly a score of years removed, Talamar the Black beckoned me, and I answered him gladly. The forces of Drakahan were mine to command. We fell upon these wizards like rabid wolves. Their powers, their elemental pets, they were nothing to one such as he. Now all have fallen or fled, all but one, for he is timeless. The coward has barricaded himself within his tower, an ancient artifact within his grasp. But we will have him still. Or if my goblins do not pull him from his hole, when my lord returns, the wizard's head shall lie at his feet.
Tales of your great sacrifice shall be told throughout the land. You wonder what would bring me to this wretched... Open your mind, young Jer. Fret not. It is I whose name you bear, Cuthaka the First. Behold those whom have gone before, when Gatekeeper was but a hillock, and the living castle no more than a dream. They stood where you now stand, on this holy ground. time is at hand, is it not? If you are wise, you know the way into the chamber beyond. What is there? I cannot know, but perhaps you do. For you are beyond what you were, beyond what I dreamt of. Yes, surely more than a simple soldier. I pray you have come prepared, that you have listened to the words of the prophet. 5 to find, 3 are one. One gives access, the bladed sun. The silver orb to banish below. The staff of ages to vanquish the foe. Joining two, the golden thorn. The last to invoke, the platinum horn. The 3 pieces of the staff must be joined to make that which was unmade. But this cannot be done without an empowerment to bind them together. An empowerment not unlike the capturing of elementals. An empowerment that requires a great sacrifice. Now, let us be done with it. And so, young Jer, it begins.
At last, like a fool to folly, I led you thus. You brought me to that which I could not easily bring myself. Behold, the behemoth. He who has been here since the foundations of the world were laid. Within him is power immeasurable. Power that even the circle could not foresee. Witness now as I take this power. Witness the rise of Talimar the Black. What have you done, fool? The beast must be destroyed. You have brought desolation upon us. You have brought us to ruin.
Ruin? I think not. You have done well, grandson. For the behemoth is neither good nor evil, but simply one who holds fast the fates of this world. Life, death,
war, peace, sorrow, joy. These he disperses from the pit in careful measure. He has guarded these fates, and I, in turn, have guarded his power. Until now. This power I pass unto you, and bestow upon your brow a new name, Lord Jair of the Westland. Forsake it not, and wield it well, for in you the circle shall live on.
For 40 years he has reigned. Jer, Lord of the Westland, the seed of prophecy. He who defeated Talamar the Black and kept the fates of the world secure in the behemoth's grip. Or so he thought. For from within the pit, strife had escaped. Unchecked, it moved throughout the Westland and its bordering ally, Kal Torlin. And it was there it sowed discord and discontent. And the eons-old lasting peace between the two nations? Not but a fool's dream. Within Kal Torlin's capital city of Gweninthel, the change is evident. The vast port city has slowly shuttered its doors. Its great docks no longer host to the tall sails of ships from faraway lands. Its bustling streets, once replete with merchants and wayfarers, now empty. Well, nearly so. For it is here we find a small fenling, moving in plain sight as they often do. Like Lord Jer, he goes by many names, albeit all of his own choosing. Although, if you were unfortunate enough to brush against him, you might give him another. Thief. And so, in a dark Gweninthel, the next tale begins. Not before a fabled door within the Gatekeeper Mountains, nor within the depths where prophecy was fulfilled and evil overcome, nor in a great hall where honors are given and received. Rather, it begins here in the capital city when a fenling is apprehended and delivered to the dungeons. The misunderstood pilferer, Del Cottonwood.
Okay, this was the playthrough of Shadowgate. Now the next higher difficulty setting. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave me a comment down below. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys soon. Bye.